drinking people. Today is Friday, the 18th of November. Getting ready to drink a whole lot of 98 Bordeaux tonight. We got our champagne tasting tomorrow night and a whole lot of what I drank yesterday coming up for you. And I figured we would start out with the most current stuff, since fresh in the mind, our Caymus dinner that we did last night at the Forge restaurant in North Miami Beach, one of the landmark establishments down there, open since the 1920s. Wow, well, it's been owned by the current regime, the Malnik family, since 1968. They reopened it in 1969, pretty much a showcase restaurant for the Malnik family's artworks. An incredible wine collection down there. Just a landmark property that, you know, continues to get better and better and change with the times and evolve with the current marketplace. And really, you know, to me, I'm excited. I was really excited to get involved doing an event down there. You know, as much as things change, things stay the same. And Gino, the sommelier down there, who's been there for years, one of the nicest guys in the hospitality business and the restaurant industry, still there. So it was good to see Gino, and an incredible. I also want to see what they just done, the new renovations. Incredibly beautiful property, even nicer. And the outside area where we had a reception, luckily the weather was nice, so we didn't have to sweat too much, although I did notice some of the folks in suits and ties starting to sweat before we went in. And some nice appetizers to start with. Our Conundrum, one of the top wines, well, one of the most popular wines the Wagner family of wines represents. And this is a wine that goes back, I don't know, 20 years now. They've been making Conundrum. It's a blend of 5 different varietals, but mostly Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, a little Muscat, a little Viognier thrown in there, some floral qualities, some perfumey notes, some floral notes coming with that peach and fresh tropical fruit that you get on the nose here. Slightly sweet, but has good acidity and nice balance. A really nice start, a nice wine to have with turkey. Hey, Thanksgiving is coming up, bling bling. All right, and a really nice little value too. We have this wine at under $20 again, and I was just looking through one of my old flyers. We had it as high as $25 at one time. Man, the recession is a great thing for the wine business. But some nice little pass-arounds. A crispy cauliflower wrapped in speck. I wondered how that was going to be. It's kind of like fritter formats and then wrapped in bacon. I like anything wrapped in bacon, and that saltiness worked really nice with the sweetness of the Conundrum. All right, well, we sat down and we got a nice little lecture on Caymus vineyards. You know, the Wagner family has been in Napa Valley for over 100 years. They came from Alsace, and a natural thing to do, everyone makes wine in France when they got here, was to start making wine. Well, they didn't start commercially until 1971, when Charles Sr. said to Charles Jr., hey man, you got 2 choices. We can start a winery, commercial winery here in Napa Valley, or I'm selling the farm and moving to Australia. So Charles did the right thing, and you know, it's great to see this family winery still run by the family, and the 2 sons have taken on roles as winemakers. The daughter's also working for the winery. We had Joseph here several years ago to release the Gambit series wine from Belle Glos. He's in charge of making the pinot noirs. What they've done is brand each item. So Caymus, they only sell Cabernet, which they're incredibly famous for that. Belle Glos is Pinot Noir, and the Marisol label for the Chardonnays from Monterey, and then the Conundrum is their unique kitchen sink kind of white, what I like to say. All right, with the first course, artichoke carpaccio with cuttlefish and bean. All right, man, the Chard Radicchio, a little bitter for the wines, but an interesting combination. We had the Marisol Silver, which is now in kind of a ceramic bottle. It reminds me a little bit of Lancer, so I guess it's a love or hate package, but I guess a lot of people take that bottle home and put a candle in it or olive oil or whatever. The wine, this 2010, I think is the best silver that I've ever had. The same grapes they used to make Marisol, which they came out with in the mid-90s, and this is a killer area in California for Chardonnay. The Santa Lucia Highlands of Monterey, you get this lovely peaches and cream style of Chardonnay, and very cold climate, so it has wonderful acidity. The silver is just picked a little earlier, and they use cement tanks to ferment it and cement tanks to age it in, so it sees no oak at all. Very bright and crisp style, focusing on that lemon citrus and green apple, and really good minerality to this wine as well. It kind of carries it through the finish. Really nice wine. The barrel fermented, much richer, and has that oak, a little bit of butterscotch hint to it, that, like I said, that peach kind of fruit, really tropical and ripe, but wonderful underlying acidity here. The 2009, another great vintage for Marisol. All right, coming up next, we had a little seared local cobia with black risotto, chanterelles, and crispy truffles, which I didn't get the crispy truffles on this, or maybe I did. They just kind of look like breadcrumbs a little bit. But a little better combination here, the Belle Glos Taylor Lane Pinot. They make Pinot from 3 different areas, Sonoma County, Monterey, and Santa Barbara. This Mayomi is a blend of all 3. They do 3 single vineyards. And they did these Gambit Series wines for, I think, just 1 year, $200 a bottle. not very successful, and you need the use of sulfur to make great wine, as they found out probably. And I haven't opened one of these in a while, but we're going to test drive one really soon because they're past their expiration date. So we'll let you guys know at Caymus just how they're doing when we try that out. But the 04, really lovely, soft cherry fruit, exotic spice and floral notes. This is how I love my Pinot Noir. I think it was just perfect. The 2009, big and fruity, still needs a little time. You know, this is what they're going for at Caymus today. Extraction, immediate drinkability, loads of forward fruit, just wines with a lot of mass appeal. But still, I think these guys hold the connoisseurs to the table as well here, because this wine has got nice balance in addition to being forward, kind of over the top in the fruit section. Finishes nice and savory and lovely spice to this Taylor Lane 2009. Neither of these wines are available. That's why there's not prices next to them. And then the filet mignon, man, you cannot miss with that ossobuco chowder. Kind of an interesting presentation with this filet mignon. The 2005 Caymus Special Select brought from the winery. Hey, we've got a Magnum and a 3-liter on this offering, which at the end of our review, we're going to give you all the Caymus we have available in the store. And we've got like 15 vintages of Special Select Magnums, 3 liters. So an incredible collection of Special Select going back to 1987. I will not forget the 76 that we had. Randy Dunn was making the wine back then at our California cult tasting, still drinking beautifully well. The style of this wine has changed dramatically, now 15% alcohol. They used to make just a few hundred cases. Today they make 10,000 cases of Special Select. Wait, this is not a small winery anymore. It's still family owned, but by no means small. 100,000 plus cases of Conundrum, 100,000 cases of Miami now. We just blinked and that happened. And then I don't know what the numbers are in the Marisol Chardonnay, but the regular cab has got to be in the 30 to 40,000 case range, I would think at this point. The Special Select still a little step up from the regular Cabernet, and the 05 starting to show signs of maturity. Some lovely cigar box spice, maybe just a hint of Brett, little Band-Aid medicinal note there, but still a lot of that sweet currant and cassis berry fruit. Like I said, these wines picked very ripe today. The alcohol level on Special Select upwards of 15+%. The 09, the current release, wow, a blockbuster. Lovely dark chocolate fruit, really lovely sweet currant, dark chocolate cassis. Just an incredibly rich wine. This wine needs some time, but still beautiful and somewhat drinkable even in its youth. You know, I didn't stick around for desserts because I had enough to drink, and you know, I only have dessert about 3 o'clock in the morning when I wake up from a sleep and I'm half awake and rumbling through the refrigerator and find something sweet for some reason. That's the only time my sweet tooth is activated. But a great show all in all by the Forge Restaurant. Thank you guys. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.